Problem 6. Emily swam 8.5 laps in 178.5 seconds. If she swam each lap at the same pace, how many seconds did it take her to swim one full lap? So we have, let's just look at the timeline. It took, the amount of time it took her to swim those 8.5 laps was 178.5 seconds. And in that time she swam, here's a lap, 2 laps, 3 laps, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1/2, 8.5 laps. So if we take this amount of time and divide it by 8.5, we'll find out how long it took her to swim each individual lap on average. So 178.5 divided by 8.5. Remember, we don't divide by a decimal, so I need to move this decimal one place to the right in my divisor. And whatever I do to my divisor, I have to do the same thing to my dividend, one place to the right. We'll put the decimal in our answer. Okay, now how many 85s in 1? 0. How many 85s in 17? 0. How many 85s in 178? 2. 2 times 85 is 170. Subtracting, we get 8. Bring down this 5. Oop, that's a 5. How many 85s in 85? 1. 1 times 85 is 85. Subtract, we get 0. So it takes her 21 seconds per lap. How could we check that? We could multiply 21 seconds times 8.5 laps. 5 times 1 is 5, 8 times 1 is 8. Now we're in the tens place. We're ignoring the decimal. So I start with a 0. 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Adding, we get 1785. 1 decimal place here, no decimal places here, so 1 decimal place in our answer. 178.5, which is what we started with, so we know we did it right. Problem 7 says Cameron has 5 3/5 meters of ribbon. She needs 1 2/5 meters to make a bow. How many bows can Cameron make with this ribbon? So it's the same kind of problem where she has 5 3/5 altogether, and each bow is going to take 1 2/5. So we're dividing that 5 3/5 up into groups that are 1 2/5 large to find out how many of those 1 2/5 we can get from 5 3/5, how many bows she can make. So 5 3/5 divided by 1 2/5. And first thing we need to do is make these mixed numbers in improper fractions. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. So 28/5 divided by 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, 7/5. Dividing fractions is easy as pie, just flip the second fraction, so that's 5/7, and multiply. We don't change the first fraction. Now, I'm going to simplify before I multiply. I see there's a pair on top and the bottom that have a common factor of 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Also, this pair has a common factor of 7 because 7 times 4 is 28. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 28 divided by 7 is 4. Top times top, 4 times 1 is 4. Bottom times bottom, 1 times 1 is 1. So the answer is 4 of 1 or 4. So she can make 4 bows. We could check that by multiplying 1 2/5 times 4 and make sure we get this 5 3/5. If you do that, you'll see that it works out. We have 7/5 times 4, 28/5. So yes, 5 3/5. But go ahead and do that work and double check it. Alright, we'll pick up the review with problem 8 on the next video.